Cookie, the cockatoo who learned to follow life again. He moved the instant someone else moved. A small sway, a step across the floor, even the quiet shift of a shoulder, and Cookie followed as if the world itself were inviting him into a slow, careful dance. There was nothing trained about it. It came from somewhere deeper. Sometimes it felt as though he wasn't even sure what he was meant to be. Maybe a bird, maybe just a shadow trying not to be left behind. What mattered most was staying close, moving with life instead of watching it disappear. Cookie's story did not begin with freedom. It began with silence. In his previous home, there were dogs. Dogs who received treats easily, who were understood, who were allowed to exist without conditions. Cookie did not want those treats. Not because he was difficult, but because fear and confusion had already shaped his instincts. Instead of patience, a cruel decision was made. Cookie was taken away and placed in a cage in the basement. No toys, no enrichment, no proper nutrition, no sunlight, no windows, just darkness, isolation, and time that never seemed to move forward. Down there, Cookie did not learn how to play. He learned how to endure. He learned that nothing changed, no matter how long he waited. He learned that being quiet was safer than being noticed. He never chose that life, yet it was forced upon him without explanation, without mercy. When he was finally brought into a new home, hope existed, but healing did not arrive instantly. The promise was simple: a happier life and a healthier life. Still, trauma does not disappear just because the door opens. At first, Cookie was painfully shy. He was silent, withdrawn, and deeply afraid of the world around him. Sudden noises made his body freeze. New objects felt like threats. Corners became his refuge. Fear sometimes turned into biting, not from aggression, but from instinct. Survival had taught him that the world could hurt without warning. People questioned the decision to keep him. Why stay? Why try so hard? Why invest time and patience in a bird that seemed so damaged? What those questions failed to see was the truth. Cookie was never broken. He was frightened. And fear, when met with kindness, slowly loosens its grip. Nothing was forced, no expectations were placed on him. Cookie was allowed to exist on his own terms. He was allowed to walk freely through the house, to observe life instead of hiding from it. Days became weeks. Weeks turned into months. Eventually, a year passed. Slowly, curiosity began to take the place of fear. The world became something to explore instead of something to survive. Opportunities were offered gently. New experiences were introduced without pressure. Trust returned in the simplest way through consistency, patience, and food given with care. That moment marked a quiet turning point. Cookie began to believe again. He started choosing closeness. Even when no one else was in the room, he waited nearby. Leaving no longer meant abandonment. In the summertime, when reading happened outside beneath the warm sun, Cookie stayed there too. He sat quietly in the light, absorbing warmth that had once been denied to him for so long. Indoors, he followed from room to room, always nearby, always watching. Cookie loved to copy. When phone conversations happened, he joined in with his own soft chatter, as if practicing how to be part of the world. Quiet moments of observing people became shared rituals. Anything could become a toy. Everyday objects were transformed into adventures. Some were explored gently, others were joyfully destroyed. New toys were frightening at first, unfamiliar and overwhelming. But boxes were magic. A simple cardboard box could bring 30 minutes of pure happiness, laughter without sound, freedom without fear. Today, Cookie is happy. Not loudly, not dramatically, but deeply and honestly. He is special. He is strong. His past was painful, but it no longer controls his present. Maybe he does not fully understand what changed. Maybe, in his own way, he simply knows that someone chose patience instead of walking away. That choice gave him light, safety, and a future. Cookie's story is not just about a cockatoo. It is about what happens when compassion is stronger than fear. It is about letting go of the past without forgetting it, and choosing to move forward anyway. Life does not change by staying trapped in what once was. It changes by allowing healing, by offering time, and by believing that love can repair even the quietest wounds. If this story brought a moment of warmth, understanding, or hope, a gentle like or subscribe helps stories like Cookie's continue to reach hearts that need them. Sometimes, that small gesture is how kindness keeps moving just like Cookie, following every movement toward a brighter, freer life.
Our team works hard behind the scenes to find and share real-life stories that truly matter. Every video is crafted with care, carefully researched, edited with trusted sources, and always treated with the respect these stories deserve. What you see isn't just made to inspire, it's meant to be real and meaningful.